Okay, hello. Skeiny Legend Podcast, episode 4. I want to do better intros. So, my name is Anna. I am Skeiny Legend. I am 27, and I more or less live in Quebec, Canada, but not really, but whatever, we'll talk about it more later. I'm trying to film with the back camera of my phone today so that I make better eye contact and don't just look at myself the whole time. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so starting with what I'm wearing. Mystic Top Tee by James & Watts, made out of Noro scraps that I found at the thrift store. I wore this the other way around, I think, in my first podcast, but I don't have that many knit pieces with me right now, so I gotta wear the same stuff again. People rewear clothes, that's how things are. And then, oh my god, I have these socks, these rainbow socks on. They're just like a rainbow sock, a 3x1 rib, whatever sock. Maybe I'll insert a photo or a clip or something of them better because I didn't do a good job of showing it just there. Okay, stop fiddling, start talking. Did I have anything else to talk about before I got into things? I don't think so. We'll just get on with it. It's been ages since I filmed a podcast. And I don't remember what I'm doing. And I'm all stressed that the framing's bad, but what can you do? Okay. Finished objects. First one is this guy with the split hem. I was working on this in my last podcast. It is more or less a Terrazzo Slipover by PetiteKnit. This is knit using a sweater I unraveled. I have a video on it that was from the thrift store, the yellow 100% lamb's wool, and then I held it with one strand of drops brushed alpaca silk in curry. So this was the first time that I took a pattern that I already had and then looked at really zoomed in photos on Ravelry and Instagram and just made it look like a Terrazzo sweater. If I did it again, there would be things I would do differently, namely the neckline. This neckline's pretty deep, and the Terrazzo sweater is supposed to have a turtleneck, which I would have done, but I ran out of yarn and couldn't be bothered to buy more. So it's fine, I'm happy with it like this. But it's way too deep for me to put a turtleneck on, so I would have had to do it much higher up, which I realized way too late. And then I also picked up way too many stitches in the armholes, so I've gone in, I don't know if you can really tell here, and I pinched the excess and sewed a little triangle to snug it up a bit. I don't know if you can tell. I have loose plans to unpick these armholes and then pick up less stitches and re-knit them, but also it's kind of fine like this, so I don't know if I can really be bothered at this time. I also ran out of the alpaca. I still have plenty of the lamb's wool, so I don't know if you can tell. See? For the last couple rows on all these edges, I actually didn't even use the alpaca. It's just the lamb's wool. But I don't really think you can tell, so that's good. Also, I think I did a pretty good job matching it to the pattern, but for me, I blocked it much longer. I blocked it pretty aggressively long, and that brought the slit much farther down. And then for me, I kind of wanted a slit that hit more closer to my natural waist. This one is more at my like pants waist, which is fine. It's just not what I wanted. I feel like it'd be more flattering if the slit was a bit higher at the sides, but that's okay. Like, I'm fine with it. But this is like super warm, super cozy. The alpaca does like shed a good amount. I'm hoping that chills out over time, but the first couple times I've worn it, like, I've gotten alpaca all over the shirt underneath, and then I wore a jacket on top one day and got like little alpaca threads all over it. Yeah, looking at my leggings now, like, I'm covered in little fluffs. I think that's just how like mohair / these brush things are, but like, to me that's annoying. But what can you do? I also think my twisted rib is like pretty sloppy. This is like a me problem. Actually, you know, it looks better after now that I've blocked it, but this is a me problem because I feel like I complain about my twisted rib all the time. But future me, remember to do a try on clip for this so people know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think I talked more about it in my last podcast. Actually, I forgot my notes. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with my notebook. Oh, I actually talked about almost everything other than... Okay, if you watched my unraveling video, you'll recognize this is actually like a little knitted piece that was in the original thrifted sweater that I unraveled. And so I went in and like kind of sloppily, but it looks fine from a distance, sewed it in on the inside of the back of the collar. Like, literally out of breath from getting up and walking to a different room and coming back. That's so embarrassing. But anyways, cute detail. It's nice to denote the back. You know, it's kind of annoying when you have knit items. I guess I could put tags in them. I actually would love to get some cute little like bespoke, what's the word I'm looking for, custom tags to put in the back of knitwear, because it's kind of annoying. You know, regular clothes have tags so you know where the back is, but like obviously your knitted clothes don't have tags so you know where the back is. So that'd be cool. But this one has this. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. Maybe I should have put it on the outside. No. It's just for me. And now also for you. Next, we'll do socks. These were also in my last one. These are the intersection socks by, I want to say it's by Marceline Smith. Maybe I will fix that if it's wrong. But I think I had finished one last time and now I've done two. These are going to be a Christmas gift for my dad. They are knit in Drops Nord. I think I rambled about this last time about how I wasn't sure how they perform and how I knit the stone socks in the purple for my boyfriend. And we did run them through the wash. I don't think we put them in the dryer, but like, you shouldn't be drying things anyway. But I run them through the wash and they seem fine. So these can go to my dad. I will say they pill kind of a lot. Sometimes when I speak, I'm like, am I stupid? But whatever, they pill a good deal, which is annoying, but whatever. I like how they turned out. Like, they look beautiful, like really nice cable detail on the sock, but they were not fun to do. I knit most of my socks on like a little 9-inch circular, and doing cables on that is a nightmare. I think on Magic Loop it'd be fine, but doing it on the 9-inch is terrible. Even I do a no cable needle cable, you know, where you're just kind of like skadoodling around with needles, and with the short little 9-inch needles, that's kind of a nightmare. Yeah, these were toe up, which is fun. I don't do many toe up socks. I always, even if it's not called for in the pattern, switch. I think I even went down to a 2mm for the cuff, just because Maybe I'm just like a loose ribber and that's why all my twisted rib looks like crap. Ooh, Ruth alert. Ruth alert. I do swear sometimes. Crap is chill, but like, who knows, you know? I say what words I say and shit happens. So if you are wanting like a nice, cute PC knitting podcast, this is not it. And I'm sorry, but whatever. Anyway, yes, what was I saying? I switched to a 2mm for the cuffs, so the ribbing's nice and tight. And yeah, these are going to my dad for Christmas. I will probably get my boyfriend to pose to recreate the book photo for these before I give them to my dad. No one tell my dad, but he like doesn't have the internet. Well, he does. He's good at reading the news, but he definitely doesn't have Instagram, so he'll never know. But yeah, here are I think these are the only socks I actually finished since we last spoke. Calculating. Yeah, this is it. So, here you go. Done. Next. Oh, it's inside out. Next. I'm pretty happy with this, but here we go. Okay, it's a shell bra top. I have a good amount to say here. Okay, I totally ragged on Naked Knit in one of my podcasts, and I stand by everything I said, but I still like their designs. I don't really think you could knit a bra. I don't know. Like, a knitted bra is a nice idea and concept, but I still like don't see it happening. But a top, totally fine. Now, I thought I was a genius and invented this top. So I was like, cute, I have the bra pattern. Basically what I did is I knit the bra, but I didn't knit the band section that they have, so I just knit like one more repeat of this rib along the bottom, and then I like picked up all the way around and like casted on some extra in the back and then knit down for a tube. I was like, I'm a genius, I invented this top. Like, no, Naked Knit sells a shell top pattern that I must have seen and like filed into my subconscious and then pulled it back out thinking that I'm a genius for inventing it. Now, I don't actually think theirs is constructed this way, but like, if you like this, just buy the pattern for the top. And do not, I repeat, do not slip the stitches on the edge. I did not slip the stitches on the edge. The edge still, to me, looks totally great, and it's not like outrageously tight. But speaking of outrageously tight, I was like, oh, it's gonna be so cute and a nice finish. I'm gonna do a cute like I-cord bind off on the bottom hem. No, that was stupid. Like, it's not stretchy enough, and it's like tight around my hips because I have like fat hips. So if I could go back in time, I would go and redo that, but there's no way in hell that I am unpicking this I-cord bind off and then repicking up the stitches to do a regular bind off. So like, screw that. It does look very nice, but it's just not stretchy enough. It's not stretchy enough. And so like, I've been reefing on it, and maybe I'll wet it and try and like block it even wider, and like, it's fine, it's just snug, and like, it doesn't cut in, but like, it's tight. Not that I'll ever be wearing it down that low on my hips, like exposed. Like, it's tucked in, so like, it's fine, but whatever, I shouldn't have done that. So like, don't bind off with an I-cord edge on something that needs to stretch. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I just thought the edge would look nice, but it was stupid and a waste of time, because also I-cord edging takes forever. And then I think they call on the pattern to do an I-cord strap, but I don't like those, so I did a double knit strap, and I like those better. But, oh, and then I knit this out of 2 strands of cashmere thread, the same one that I knit my ranunculus out of. I guess I could have worn my ranunculus today. Whatever. So, well, I have to try it on. Like, this could look cute under the ranunculus. So I got a full tank top and a ranunculus out of one sweater, and I used basically all of it. Like, I'm out of this yarn, although I did a very bad job unraveling it, so I had to waste a lot of it, so I probably could have gotten a bit more if I needed to. I actually had knit the Everyday Bra by Naked Knit out of this, and I ended up unraveling that to add more length to this because I wanted a full length tank top, not just like a crop top, which I normally knit. And then, oh my god, I knit these on like a 2.5 millimeter needle. So like knitting the body of this was absolutely insane. Like what a ridiculous thing to do, to knit a full length tank top body on a 2.5 millimeter needle. But I think it'll be super warm for layering in the winter, and I'm happy with it. Yeah, that's that. Looking at my things. Okay, the last thing that I have basically finished, but it's not really finished, but it is finished, is my mushroom beret. I'll put it on. Okay, I still don't know how to wear a beret, so like, I guess I could look it up, but mushroom beret. I have a video on this with like a free pattern and modifications to make it look like this. This part down here is knit in Noro Sonata in a color, and then the top is drops, 2 strands of drops. This is 2 strands as well, I held it double, and then 2 strands of drops Lima in Rust, I think. And I based mine loosely off the Best Beret pattern by James and Watts. But yeah, basically I kind of invented this twisted rib underside for the gills, and then it's just plain on top, and then I've decided that I think I will put spots on it. So the plan is to duplicate stitch some spots on top to make it more on the nose mushroomy. I think it'll, like, it already is like a ridiculous hat on me. Okay, I blocked it flat, but it does kind of wave, but also I think that's fine because mushrooms are like that, you know? But yeah, we're gonna go for like a Toad Mario vibe and do like the spots on top. I still haven't fully decided how I'm gonna, like, the pattern of the spots, but I'm definitely gonna duplicate stitch them just with some of this. But if you want like a more like vloggy style, instruction-y vibes of this, I do have a whole video on it that you'll find on my channel. I don't have that many videos. Oops. It's on the ground now, so there it is. That concludes the finished objects. Like, I feel like I finished more things, but I didn't. So let me grab all my whips. Oh my god, my foot's so slight. Prop myself up on a bunch of pillows. Whips. First whip, sock whip, 1.5. What am I trying to say? Finished one, on to the second. Look at me doing matching socks. But like the 52 weeks of socks kind of need to be matching. So this is Lotte by someone. Knit in Drops Nord with some scraps from who knows where. Very cute lace pattern on the front. This one's the like left sock, I think, so it's kind of along one side, on the other sock it's along the other side. Honestly, don't have a crazy amount to say on these. They are cuffed down. This one I knit it pretty long because I'm going for a couple longer socks for myself. These are for me. And I have fat calves, so I find this cast on to be a little tight, which is annoying. But there's nothing really I can do about that now. I think I'm a heel flap and gusset convert. I just think they fit better than the Fish Lips Kiss heel, short row heel, all of those. I'm finding that these fit better, and I have a pretty high arch, so it's easier to modify for high arches because you can just knit the heel flap a bit longer and then you get way more arch space. So I might be converted. We'll see. Obviously a lot of colorwork socks, if they're all over colorwork, you have to do a short row heel. But otherwise, I'm kind of digging these. So I'm mostly done the second one. Excited to put these into the rotation. yeah, I just don't really have anything else to say other than, and maybe this is so you can tell left from right, but the left from right charts are the exact same except for one, the cables on the sides twist like outward, and then for some reason on the other sock, the chart calls for them to twist inward. And that is the only difference between the two charts, and then obviously one is more towards the left side of the foot and one's more towards the right side of the foot. But I just don't understand why there would be two different cable charts, to have one going out and one going in. But I did it because that's what it was called for. Realistically, I should have looked up the errata, is that how you say it? Because I'm pretty sure, since obviously this was like 52 Weeks of Sock is a printed book, so they've definitely released error updates for anything that's been found. So I guess maybe I should have checked that to see if maybe they were like, don't do that, because otherwise I don't understand why you'd have one sock twisting inwards and the other's twisting outwards. And you know, I knew that and I did it anyway, so maybe that's on me. But yeah, these are done in Drops Nord. This particular one, I want to say it was called Blush. I hate that they don't write the color name, they just have the numbers, color 20. And in case you're wondering, these are 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide, and 25% wool. And they don't like typically, I don't think they market it as like machine washable, but I'd say it is. But they pill like a motherfucker. Ruth alert. But what can you do? So, sock whip. I'm thinking I might do like a first year sock knitting video or sock collection video. It's been like, I actually don't know. I feel like it's been just over a year that I've actually been knitting socks, because I know I knit some last Christmas. So I'd say it's a year even if I was lying, and then maybe I just go through all the socks I've knit and like talk about the patterns. Could be fun, let me know. Or don't. Whatever. Okay, this one has been resurrected from the dead. This is my Colorfield dish towel. Here it is. It's getting to be a good length. I switched to metal needles. Oh my god, I just ate the cable. But okay, I switched to metal needles and it's made all the difference. I have no idea why I was forcing myself to do this on wooden needles for so long. Knitting cotton on wooden needles is torture and unnecessary, and just don't do it. The metal ones are way better. I was actually doing it on a 375 in the wooden and a 4mm on the metal, and you can't tell because my tension is just so much better on the metal. It's almost actually tighter, which, whatever, it's a hand towel, it doesn't matter. But this is made out of reclaimed 100% cotton sweaters, two different ones, a white and a red. I'm having like a beast of a time weaving in ends, although I think I've kind of figured it out. Actually, this one here looks shitty now that I'm looking at it. Maybe it doesn't. It's fine. Yeah. I was going to give this to my boyfriend's mom for Christmas, but I think it might be too crappy. So it might go to my mom. Okay, sorry my mom, but like, yeah, that's just how it is. But we'll see if I ever finish it. Like, this is a free pattern by Pearl Soho. It's just 2-color linen stitch, and it's torture. You slip every other stitch in linen stitch, so it takes 4 goddamn ever. And I'm doing it in cotton, which obviously you should do for hand towel, and it feels terrible on the fingers to knit, and it hurts my wrists. But I don't know, I felt like guilty that I haven't touched it in ages, so I touched it. I've done maybe like 3 or so inches of it. It's coming along. I wouldn't say nicely, it's just coming along. Goodbye. And then my last whip right now is this. It's an Oslo Hat by PetiteKnit. I'm knitting it in this Drops Air. I bought a bunch of drops in the alpaca sale, so that's what it is, Drops Air in this color. It's actually, yeah, not as, I was hoping it was going to be more like the curry. I was hoping it was going to be closer to this color. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's not too bad, but it's just like a little more washed out. And I don't know if I love it with my skin tone, but who knows? I'm thinking, tell me if I'm crazy, that I could dye it with turmeric if I end up not liking the color. Will I end up with like a stained yellow ring on my head when I wear it? Maybe. Could be a terrible idea, but could be kind of fun. So I have like a baby-sized head, so I'm knitting this on the small, like, child toddler size. However, I am knitting, I think the pattern calls for 3.5 millimeter. I'm using a 375. I honestly haven't checked gauge, it just fits. It's a nice pattern, but like, whatever. I don't know, it's a fine pattern, like, but like there's nothing special about this pattern. You can choose probably any free hat and just knit a triple folded brim and do some crown decreases and it would look the exact same as the Oslo Hat. There's, after reading the pattern, nothing special to it. Most of it is just cast on this number of stitches and knit a tube, which is where I'm at right now. But it's super soft, it's knitting up nicely, I think. We'll see how the color is on me when it's done. And yeah, I'm liking it so far. I did get 2 balls. We'll see how far. If I can get a whole hat out of 1 ball, that'd be cool. I don't know what I'd do with the second ball that I have. But yeah, that is my last like active whip. I have been working on sweater number 15 for my boyfriend, and I did technically finish it, and I blocked it, and oh my god, it like is now gigantic and huge, and I kind of hate it. The top part fits okay, but like obviously it's a women's sweater, I guess, right? And my boyfriend is a boy, and he has like, you know, triangle shape, so like the top fits well, but then the bottom is huge. So I'm thinking that I'm going to unravel a portion of the body and taper it, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm not going to show it, I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it hurts my feelings. Okay? And when it's all done and sorted, I literally cried over it, like bawled, sobbing tears. And yeah, when it's done, I will talk about it. But for now, I literally cannot. I literally cannot talk about it. Yeah, so that's it. I guess acquisitions. I bought all that drop stuff. Do I need to show it? I got some more balls of gray Nord to do another 52 weeks of sock. But let's talk about my plans because I want to talk about it. I want to do another pair of the Happy Face socks. I knit a pair, whatever, of one Happy Face, one Yin Yang, but I want just Happy Face ones for me. Whatever, I knit a pair for my sister, which is this photo. But I want a pair, and I want to do like scrappy ones, so just different colors each time. So that's the next pair of socks I think I'll cast on. And then I also have another Earth Yarns like sock kit in like black and white self-striping zebra, and I want to do that, but I want to, in like hot pink, like put some words on. I kind of want a sock that says Skeiny Legend on it, and I also kind of want a sock that says I'm a Pisces on it, which is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so I might do that one that says Skeiny Legend, one that says I'm a Pisces. Although I kind of want it like in the style of, you know, like the tube socks with just the words just on the outside. So I kind of want it like that, but I don't know if I'm just stupid, but I cannot figure out in my brain how to do color work in the round on a sock, but just like on the one side, like, would I have to carry it via floats all the way around? Or would I have to do intarsia? But I can't even like picture how to do intarsia over the side of a sock. Am I stupid? I don't know. Let me know if you know what to do. Oh my god. I also want to knit a pair of sleeves, you know, like the, like, not even a sweater, like above the boobs cropped ones. Or even like I've seen some that are like crossed in the front like this and then go into sleeves that I want to do, but I don't really have the yarn for it. I'm not really interested in buying yarn, so we'll see. Like, I've been in the country, like in the Laurentians, which is about an hour north of Montreal, for the past like month and a half, but we're going back to Montreal in a week, which means I'll have access to thrift stores again, which means hopefully the thrift stores also have all their sweaters out, so I can go thrifting for some more yarn and then could do some sleeves. But yeah, so yeah, basically I've just, what am I trying to say? I don't know. I don't have like access to my full yarn stash. Half of it is like in storage because, okay, like story time. So I used to live in Toronto and I worked for a hospital like during all of COVID, and it was literally terrible, and like I enjoyed working in healthcare, but I don't know, it was kind of like, you know, a corporate like not-for-profit machine, and it was obviously COVID, and like during all of COVID they wouldn't let you go on vacation basically. Like, anyways, it was terrible. And then I was long distance with my boyfriend who lived in Montreal, so like at one point I was just like, screw this, and I quit back in March. It's November now. And I knew I was gonna quit, so like I saved some money and I've just been chilling, living off that. And then I sold all my furniture, and then me and my boyfriend have just been like subletting random places, like basically from March until now. But like it might be time for me to get a job because A, I'm running out of money, and B, I'm getting kind of bored. Like, I've been knitting full-time basically for the past, oh my god, it's been 8 months. That's so embarrassing. Whatever, I've been unemployed and knitting full-time for like 8 months, and it's like starting to get old, you know? I rewatched all of Gilmore Girls in like a month. That's a lot of content. That's 7 seasons, 20 plus episodes a season, 40 minutes an episode. I'm not gonna do the math, plus the reboot, which is bad, but like obviously I still watch it, you know, you gotta do a complete rewatch. But I also fast forward through every single scene that has April in it because I hate her, so that cuts down on the time a little bit, but not that much. Anyway, we're going back to Montreal. I'll have access to thrift stores and yarn stores, and maybe we'll get some stuff. But yeah, that's the plan. That's an update. Thanks for watching. Comment, blah 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 blah. Subscribe, blah 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 blah. Find me on Instagram, blah 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 blah. I am going home to Vancouver in a couple of weeks, and I still am gonna make stitch markers, so message me on Instagram if you want a stitch marker. I'm not joking. I will literally mail it to you. And yeah, I guess I'll do the sock collection video next, so stay tuned for that, and I'll talk at you later.